Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Saving Sarah. I'm Blackheart Wings, and I'm going to be your host for the next couple of runs. Hello, hello, and welcome. If you are just joining us, Saving Sarah is a mutual aid event helping friend of the community and volunteer extraordinaire Doodleplex to help end her housing insecurity and get her to a better financial place in life. If you are interested in supporting our dear friend, type !donate in chat to help Sarah directly. I also see that we have a hype train going, so you are also more than welcome to contribute to that hype train. Every little bit helps, be it gifts, subs, watching ads, or donating directly to Doodle. Friends, I am extremely excited to be hosting for the second half of what we are calling the mini clothing block. First, we had a little Fez hat situation, and now we have fancy pants. Always a good time. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce you all to Eye of Newt, who is running Super Fancy Pants Adventure, any percent, New Game Plus. Friends, take it away.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, and super stoked to be doing one of these events. I think these mutual aid events are super cool. Hi, my name's Newt. Welcome to Super Fancy Pants Adventure. It is a continuation of that old Flash game series that used to be on those sites like Newgrounds, Addicting Games, all those fun ones. I'm joined today by a longtime friend and fellow Fancy Pants speedrunner. If you would like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Mojo. I've been running this game for over 5 years now. Gosh, we're old.
Don't even get me started. All right, cool. I mean, I'd love to jump into this game whenever ready. However, I know there was an outfit bid war, so if you would like to hit me with what one.
Our pants are going to be Liar Liar Pants on Fire.
Liar Liar Pants on Fire. Welcome to On Fire. This one's really fun. It's got like a big trail of fire. Anyway, cool. So timing for this game will start as soon as I start moving in this room. Let's just jump right into it. Ready? If I could get a countdown from somebody, that would be sick.
I'm more than happy to. Cool. All right, let's get going. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Super Fancy Pants Adventure. This is a dense game. There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of movement tech right off the bat. Wojo, if you wouldn't mind explaining slide jumping and some of the other movement tech that we are about to see, that would be super cool.
Do that. So Fancy Pants Adventures are a series of extremely momentum-based platformers. We're going to be doing a lot to carry our speed through all of the different hills and jumps that we're going through here. Key tech is slide jumping. Pretty much anytime you're landing from a jump, if you're holding down, you immediately go into a slide where you carry your momentum forward with you. So we're just, and you are able to jump out of that, so you're able to just like keep that chain together. If you are sliding down a slope, that speed gets added to it. And depending on what the slope is like as you're leaving the ground, changes how your jump works. So it's a lot of pretty precise movement and slight improvisation as you're adjusting to all of the weird speeds that the game is giving you.
Yes, exactly. Especially on some of these like sloped hills and everything, it can be really difficult to get consistent speed off of them. But we manage how we can. Another thing that you're going to see me do a lot here in this first level is swinging my pen to the left and right constantly. And that's because we can change the direction that we're facing based on that pen swing, which we can sometimes use to like get those slide jumps or set ourselves up for good slide jumps. Yeah. This is Spire. I don't think we even mentioned like what level we're in.
No. We're just on a big descent down the tower. Plot of this game, there was a big weird rainstorm that erased a lot of the world, and now we are trying to figure out why that happened. Rescue our sister's cat, maybe. Maybe. We'll think about it. We are on New Game Plus, which does let us skip a few objectives and boss fights as we're going through, as well as gives us the pen right away. For example, we've opted out of saving the cat.
Sorry, just flew right past Caboodle on that one. Maybe on another day. So yes, we have access to the pen, and we have access to some special moves and abilities that you normally unlock throughout the game. If you look up in the top right corner of the screen, you'll see a little black bar. That indicates like our use of ink throughout the level. We're not typically supposed to have access to this until after this second level, Swiggleville Plains, that we are just entering now. But since we have access to it at the beginning of the game, we can use our ink abilities, like an ink dash. Oops, going back around. Just taking another lap.
Ink Dash is pretty much the biggest one. It gives you a bunch of horizontal speed, slight invincibility, a few other things that we'll talk about later once we start using it.
Yes.
Key thing though is that because we're not supposed to have the pen until later on in the stage, we don't have access to the enemies that let us refill our ink. So we only have a few charges to use up until that point, which is why we're saving it until later.
Yep. There are a couple of spots where it's like more convenient to use it. Saves a little bit more time. We should be seeing one of those coming up here soon.
But for right now, it's just a bunch of that deft maneuvering through all of the hills and slopes.
Oh yes, and Swiggleville Plains is really giving me a run for my money right now. As it tends to. All right, so coming up in the next room, we are going to see our first use of the dash attack. And yeah, we're going to use it to hit a early cycle on this platform here, saving us a couple of seconds. And otherwise, it's just fun, wild movement. This whole time didn't quite get enough momentum for the jump up to that platform.
There's only like 2 or 3 big skips in this game. It's a lot of just micro optimizations based off whatever speed you have at a given time.
Yes, exactly.
As you skip a few different required jumps.
Exactly.
While you dash and slide through, would you mind if I cut in?
Please do.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, I have a $50 donation from T-Hurst Third. That's $50 that was assigned to Baloney Tony for our Nubbies Number Factory bid war. The message reads, less than 3, thank you so much. That was our previous runner who was just running Fez, which was absolutely amazing. And that brings our lead for the Nubbies Number Factory bid war towards Baloney Tony, which is amazing. We love to see it.
Let's go Baloney Tony.
If you would like to, let's go Baloney Tony. If you would like to influence that bid war, Nubbies Number Factory is the next run. And so any donations you put towards that will help to support our beloved friend Doodle. Additionally, we now have a brand new milestone incentive for Jazz Punk, where we get to add the flavor nexus. I don't know what this means.
Let's go.
Clearly, it's just adding the flavor nexus.
No one has given me any information, which is fascinating and interesting. If you too would like to know what that means, donate to find out. So if you would like to donate towards that as well, any and all donations will contribute towards that milestone incentive. So if you donate towards the bid war as well as the milestone, that's a 2-for-1 deal, and we love a 2-for-1 deal here.
Hell yeah. We are steadily approaching the Bathtub Tower, which is going to be the first big skip of the game, or I guess second big skip of the game.
Yeah.
We did have a small arena skip earlier.
Yeah.
But good on you getting ink at the very end. So we're coming up on the Bathtub Tower, which has a doorway at the very end of it. And if you're playing the game, typically you have to go down, talk to a person, go back up to the top of the tower, talk to another person, go back down, and then the door's open. But instead, we're just running up the side of the building, hovering over with a few up slashes in the air, dashing over, and then actually approaching the loading zone for that door from behind.
Nice. And you see I die there because since we approach the loading zone from behind, it spits us out behind the next loading zone. A fun quirk of this game is that it maintains your momentum and positioning through loading zones, which can make like some really fun movement from one room to the next, but also will spit us out into the void after that bathtub skip, which we were able to get first try. Super stoked about that. Yeah, and that means that we are fast approaching Tree Pirate Valley already.
Yeah. This is where the game really takes off because it expects you to have the pen and ink dash in hand.
Yes.
So we're going to be making great use of them as we're able to constantly refill. Being able to cross gaps easily without slowing down on those yellow pools where we're normally like monkey barring across. As you saw there, the dash also gives you slight invincibility, so when there's like a wall of falling dots, we're able to just slice through them. You can also jump out of dashing into an enemy in order to get vertical boost, just like that for the bully ladder. We're going to do that again after this refill just to be able to get up to this top path to get slightly faster through this room.
Okay, there we go.
Improvisation is the name of the game. This
Really is sometimes.
If this game had another name other than Super Fancy Pants Adventures, it'd be Improvisation.
Masters of improv with this game.
Yeah.
All right.
We're just yes-anding the Fancy Pants Man.
Yes, and we are coming up on another... Oh, I don't know where I was going with that. Just had to give a little yes and.
Yeah. We are coming up to our first pirate.
Yeah.
I believe, which is what the Tree Pirate Valley is named after.
Yes. Any
Fans of Super Fancy Pants 3?
World 3,
Fancy Pants
yeah.
Adventures 3? World 3 will remember Captain Rainbow Beard
Captain Rainbow
and
Beard.
his gang of flying pirates. They have been trapped and are fighting all of the ink blots in the Tree Pirate Valley. We are going to free all of them on our way out as we try to approach the source of all of the ink.
Yep. There he is, Rainbow Beard himself. So long. Oh, too early. There we go.
Yeah, we have to wait for them to finish their dialogue before the wall goes away, unfortunately. Unfortunate. I think everything in this game there are portions of this game that run on a global cycle, and so you can just get caught off guard with things being in the exact worst spot for you as you're approaching.
Yeah, exactly.
There are some things that are dictated by you getting near them, and there's some things that are just always going.
All right. So we got Pirate Pogo coming up after this. Don't blink. This is a fun one. I'm gonna do a slide jump here and pogo off of that bird and jump off of that platform and dash and not quite
Oh, so close.
not quite make the cycle.
Clean over all the birds and junk.
Got the vibe of it, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all we can ask for. That bird was in a really weird spot. It was like a lot lower than normal. So there's 2 of our pirates saved. We've got 1 more in this room. A little bit of a fun little skip here. So instead of following that platform that kind of acts as like a little auto scroller, you can just jump over it. Just jump over everything. So as we've been saving these pirates, you've noticed that I've had to defeat a couple of these little ink monsters. This room is scary in particular because these guys can like jump over this ledge, and if they do, they fall all the way down to the bottom platform, and you'd have to go chase them and defeat them down there to be able to like unlock the next room, which is annoying. This happened to me several times.
It's the last pirate being so annoying. We are coming up towards the end of Tree Pirate Valley, but there's a few things to note of it. One, there's a piece of paper we need to make sure to avoid. The game has a fast travel system where you can run into a map and then click over to the start of any area.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they leave one map right at the end
Right
of this
there.
stage, and you can't warp back to it. So if you hit it, you have to do this whole stage again. But we dodged it, and we are now ascending out of the valley on Rainbow Beard's ship. We do have to knock off some tentacles and do a little bit of an arena on the ship. We have about 30 seconds left if our commentator wants to hit us with some donations in the meantime.
This would be perfect.
Yeah, for sure. I've got a couple reminders again, a reminder that we do have that ongoing bid war for Nubby's Number Factory, which is the very next run. So if you would like to dictate which Nubby I believe it is, 'cause I don't know anything about Nubby's Number Factory. Tell me about Nubby's Number Factory in your donations, but also dictate that bid war, and also help us enter the Flavor Nexus. That's definitely what that milestone means. Help us do that as well with all of your donations. We are all here to support our beloved friend Doodleplex. To help her end her housing insecurity and get to a better financial place in life. And so all of your donations, large or small, $1, $5, $10, it all goes towards supporting our dear friend Sarah.
Heck yeah. We
are in the in the middle of approach. This is a very interesting stage.
Hold on.
Ooh. You're gonna backtrack.
I'm gonna backtrack,
So
yeah.
the back half of this stage features no ink monsters, so we don't have a chance to refill any of our ink charges for dashes and such. So Newt had to just travel back a little bit to be able to make that jump.
Unlucky.
Ooh, the game's being rough today.
Yeah, no kidding. I've never seen it like not give me enough speed there before. Weird.
Yeah, we have a few specific spaces where we want to be using that ink dash, and so we have to make sure to land them as we get them.
There we go.
Third time's the charm. Let's go. That skips a whole lot of back and forth. So in addition to approach being a fairly inkless level with lots of cycle-based movement, it's also knowing that the design of the stage is hopping in those little notebook portals to hop between layers in each screen.
Yep.
There are times where we're able to just like skip that back and forth traversal and just jump to the edge of the stage, and we do that as much as we can. But other times we are forced to still be hopping back and forth.
Yeah.
That's the main thing on this stage.
I do want to mention the thing about the portals. Really weird mechanic. You can hold the opposite direction that you're moving to switch the direction that you face when you come out the opposite side of the portal. So you see I do that there to be able to do a slide jump coming out of that second portal. Weird stuff.
$10 if you land swipe portal.
$10? Oh, not quite. You can just barely hit the bottom edge of that portal. It's not faster to do so because you have to.
You still
hit
have
this...
to wait for the cycle, and it can potentially kill you if you mess up momentum in the middle of it.
Some glitch like won't give you enough speed going out of that portal. All right, so Inkless is the next big skip coming up in the next room. If you want to talk about that one a little bit.
Sure. The first big jump of the next screen has us going over a whole giant row of spikes. The safe method is just to do an ink dash, but if you manage to precisely clip a few different slide jumps, you have enough momentum to be able to go over them all without using the dash and can use it a little bit later. So quite close.
It's okay, it wasn't the fast one anyway. We
Yeah.
got this.
You can mess up this jump like 2 or 3 times and still save. It's worth going just for pride.
I have to at this point. No, you see, I gotta go.
Do we point out the health bar? We've never pointed out a health bar.
No, it's true.
You got it.
Got it. I went for the slower version of it, but you know.
Yeah.
Still got it.
That lets us save the dash for that section to skip the platform you saw on the right. We have a bit more platforming maneuvering to do before we come across to the boss of approach.
Yeah. So
which is going to be,
be
another good time for donations after we explain how that works. There's going to be a few different enemies spawning on the stage that we have to knock into the boss in order to deal damage with it, but we have to wait for the boss to get close enough for that to happen. So we'll just keep like knocking the enemies about to keep them in the right position before just finally getting it into them. But
I think one quick donation would be good here.
Yeah.
I'm back from the void. My mic was muted and I don't know how that happened. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna do a quick little talk about why it is that we're here, specifically about housing and housing insecurity. Housing can be very difficult to access in the United States, and the problem is worsening every year, according to Habitat for Humanity and their State of the Nation's Housing Report. In 2025, more than 20% of all types of housed people were cost burdened, and that housing prices continue to increase relative to incomes year after year. We all can help each other out by becoming more housing secure with mutual aid support, like we're doing here with Saving Sarah. And so, like I said, every little bit goes a long way. And it all goes towards helping Doodleplex become more housing secure. Oh, I've gotten a $5 donation from Anonymous in all caps that says Tony is the supervisor, Gabby. Thank you for the correction. So we are picking Tony the supervisor for Nubby's Number Factory. So let us know which supervisor you want us to work under. It is Baloney Tony, Glass Tony, and Tony Jr. That went towards Glass Tony with $5. Thank you so much for your donation, Anonymous.
Thank you, unlucky. Thank you.
Newt is making her way through Volcano right now, and as you can see, Brad has decided to just go ham with some enemy placements. This stage is extremely fun. There's a lot of fast load movement, just like through the rest of the game, but there's just a whole lot going on.
Volcano is a whole lot going on. At the beginning, you saw we got another one of those big, like, arena skips, which super happy to get that one. It's a little bit less consistent than the earlier one that we saw, just because the enemies are like falling from the top of the screen, and sometimes they can just spawn like directly in the way that you're moving. Okay, nope.
Yeah. There's a small little skip you can do there in order to skip this little loop around, but
so it goes.
So it
Many
goes.
such cases. Cheeky little pogo off
but
of that
you
bird.
still have enough momentum to get that bird. And then we are off to a last little bit of supervised platforming at the end of a run, just in case your hands are sweaty. Let's keep things spicy. And I believe we are now on the penultimate screen before the final boss.
Let's just
By the saw blade.
let's just ignore that there. So in New Game Plus, you have all of the unlocks unlocked, every single one of them, and I swear you didn't see that I didn't have one of them unlocked. Coming up on the final boss, here is going to be the flashing lights warning, so look away if you are a little photosensitive. Otherwise, final boss time. Wojo, do you want to talk about how this works?
Sure. The final boss is Inky Pants, pretty much evil version of ourselves. He's going to spawn, and then we're going to try and push him against the wall as fast as we can by either slide slashing or just charge slashing. Once he's against the wall, we're able to keep him stun locked by doing a charge slash and then immediately dashing to the right to keep us up against the wall with him. And so you're going to see Newt charge slashing to the left and then dashing back to the right, hopefully. But he can be a wily one.
Got it.
Nice and quick. Good recovery. Time is going to be when she enters the portal on the bottom right of the screen.
And time. Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Thank you. Super Fancy Pants Adventure. I got a 2024 on my timer, which takes out the load times in between rooms. Not too terrible.
2118 on RTA.
2118. Love to see it. Like I said, this game is dense. There's a lot happening constantly. So thank you for joining me for this nice, quick little game. Thank you for having me. Thank you for donating to support our community. If there's one thing that I've learned in my life is that we do not get anywhere unless we help lift each other up. And these events are super, super cool for doing that. So I'm like super happy to be invited to partake in this. I don't have anything else to say. Wojo, thank you for being here. Shout outs to Fancy Pants community. Shout outs to Real. Shout outs to Luke and anyone else who runs this game. It's a good time. You should play it. Oh, I do want to say, Steam Autumn Sale is going on right now, and this game is 50% off, so you can get it today after donating, of course. But with that, shout outs to Bystander Tim, who's going to be playing some Nubby's Number Factory. Can't wait to see it.
It's going to be great. Thank you both so much. This was a lot of fun to watch. I love watching precision platformers. They're so interesting. And you both were absolutely fantastic. And as Newt has noted, we do have Nubby's Number Factory coming up. So this is the final call for any donations towards that bid war for not the Nubby, but the Tony, who is the supervisor and also dictates our difficulty. Currently, Baloney Tony is in the lead with 50 donations. Glass Tony has 50 donations. Goodness gracious. $50. Glass Tony is at $5, and poor little Tony Jr. does not have any donations. If you would like to change that in the few minutes that we have as we are shifting games, now is the time to do so. Any and all donations will also go towards our Jazzpunk milestone incentive. If we raise $1,925 by the end of Jazzpunk, the Masked Mango will enter the Flavor Nexus trademark. I don't know what this means. I would love to find out what this means. Chat, help us make that incentive. Help us support Sarah, and help us continue to bring some good to this community. But for now, we are going to take a quick break, shuffle our things around. We're going to bring Bystander Tim up here, and I will see you shortly.